chance to practice with the team here for the last few days. Are you seeing light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you train all summer and you're getting ready to start a season and something like that happens, it's pretty devastating. And I went home and was lucky enough to get the surgery at home and stay with family for a little bit. And you really realize, I mean, it's hard to say, but you're missing more than half the season, and there's a lot more to hockey. And you step away from it, and then you have the appreciation when you come back. And the appreciation I have for the game now is so much more, and just little details and being around your team and just the attitude around the rink. Even though you're hurt, you can still make an impact. And that's how I've looked at it now. And getting back on the ice is just so exciting for me. And to be with the guys every day is just awesome.
Colin, when did you start skating again?
Right after the Christmas break, so it's almost been a month now of skating.
And the timeline is
Yeah.
late February, early March kind of thing?
Yeah, it's going well, so we'll see. We still that's the plan, but if things keep going well, and you never know what happens. But there's no point of rushing this right now. I want to come back, and the fortunate part is we did have some games postponed, so still might get in 30 to 40 games even if I come back mid-February or even late March. It's still 30 games, or early March it's still 30 games. So that's the fortunate part to it all.
You were a few weeks ahead of Shane Pinto with a similar injury. How much?
Yeah, Yeah, so he's living with me. The odds of both of us hurting the same shoulder and living together is pretty crazy, but I think for us both to go through it together is it's better than going through it alone. And I think being there for him and having each other, he was there for me too when I was hurt, and he went home too. And we've both had conversations, and he's so early in his career, and he has a super bright career ahead of him. So, like I told him, you don't want to rush this, and shoulder's something that's it's probably the toughest recovery I've ever had. I never realized how much range of motion you need in your shoulder to play, and so I think to go through it with him is a lot better than going through it alone.
How the centers?
It's been wild. I've never really seen anything like it through an NHL. It's just injury after injury. But, the way we've played even the last 10 games is just amazing with, how many injuries we've had and guys stepping up and sticking to the game plan. And, the guys just, you see how bad we want to win here and play for each other.
I've never met you, Claire Hanna with TSN. How did the surgery go, and just the rehab process? Has everything been on schedule for you?
Yeah, everything's been great. I went home for it. I stayed at home for 2 weeks or so, and then when I got back here, it's pretty much rehab every day. And the trainer, Jerry, Dom, Seb, Sean, they all do such a good job behind the scenes, and it's treatment every day. And I fill up my mornings with that pretty much. You're at the rink from 7:30 to 1 in the afternoon, and you're just doing rehab. And it's the average person. This may take, they say 6 to 8 months, but when you do rehab every day and you're used to it, and these guys put so much effort into it, it speeds the process up definitely.
Colin, when I've talked to guys that have had shoulder issues before, sometimes they'll talk about just regular things in day-to-day life, sleeping, driving. What did you find just in your average day was the biggest challenge with your shoulder issue?
Yeah, there's a few I won't say. I don't know, everything, man. I still can't sleep on my right side. Driving stunk. I couldn't drive for a month. Even on my phone, I couldn't use my hand for a while. The one I was going to say is wipe my ass. Excuse me. But I couldn't do that. That was the worst part. I couldn't. That was legit the worst part. Yeah, exactly. I had to say it.
I was going to lead you
But
I just know that it's very difficult.
oh yeah, that was the worst part. But no, it was funny. You get through it every day and you make the most of it.
Okay,
Imagine how bad it was for Shane.
Yeah, I had to teach him before he did it.
Okay, I have a little bit more of a not
No, I'm
serious
just
question,
messing around.
but get back on the path here. But where do you see your role on this? Obviously, the center ice position has kind of evolved with, we see Timmy Stutzer down the middle, and where do you see your role the rest of the season, next season, and beyond down the middle?
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the year, I'm an older guy now on the team, and I think just being a role model and on the ice doing the things right every day, day in, day out, and I think I am a two-way player, and when I'm at my best, I'm just confident, and I think, like I said, just being able to step away and just see hockey from a whole different side, just on the outside looking in. I was lucky enough to, not lucky, but I was able to do that, and I could just see the game in such a different way now, and how much work you need to put into it. You look at other sports, there's so many injuries, season-ending injuries, and the amount of podcasts and stories I've listened to guys coming back even better than they were before, it's really motivating. And for me, it's just playing that two-way game, though. And, I think, me and Winch have been working on offensive and skills a ton for the last month now. I think it's some of the most I've ever worked on in my life. So, I'm looking forward to getting back and being able to prove myself a little bit.
Is there one story of a recovery or a podcast that you listened to that you felt like, I'm going to kind of hang on to that?
Yeah. It happened a long time ago, but you look at Josh Allen. I'm not comparing myself to him at all, but in college he had broken collarbone and clavicle or something, and it pushed him back. He went to junior college like nobody. He was just beaten down, and he just kept working, and then his first year he got hurt again. Kept working, and you see in the moment you don't see a lot of good, but there's light at the end of the tunnel there for that. And I think, you look at Dak Prescott too in the NFL. He was out the whole year, and how he came back this year. There's just so many stories like that over and over again that you can just see.
Well, how has it felt to just be on the ice a few times back with the team?
Yeah, it feels great. It's so fun being with that group of guys, and I love every one of them, and being on the ice with them it makes me so happy, and honestly makes my day every morning. I get to wake up and go play hockey and do what I love to do.
Colin, you touched on it there, being back on the ice, but even as you said when you came back from your back to Ottawa after surgery, just how good was it for your sanity just to be around the guys, even if you couldn't be on the ice with them? Yeah,
it was great. I think, I was at home, and then I was just itching to get back just after 2 weeks, just to be with the guys, and it's so fun. I can't say enough how fun it is just to be around them. And when they're on the road, it's tough, and but we have all the injured guys stay back, so we have a group there that we all hang out away from the rink, or try to, at least within the rules now with COVID here. But I think it's just such a close group and such a young group too, and behind the scenes that you guys don't see a lot. It's just a lot of happiness and jokes and things like that.
Well, what's the next step? Cleared for contact, and then from
Yeah,
there?
so I think full practice and contact. It's tough right now when we're not getting a lot of practices and stuff, but I think that's where I have to push myself, and these skates where I'm just one-on-one. But when I'm out there with the team, I think the next step will be full contact in 1 or 2 weeks here, I think, and then go from there once I feel comfortable getting in.